Good evening, and I welcome you, students. We were discussing, students, the topic of ionic equilibrium, and we were telling you about the dissociation constants of weak acids and weak bases. We already told you, students, that if there is a strong acid, it is completely ionized. So there is no equilibrium because it is ionized completely. But if an acid is weak, student, what will happen? There will be a equilibrium between the undissociated and dissociated ions of the weak acid. And a very important formula which we called as Debye-Onsager equation, student. Debye-Onsager equation is very important and is a question for the paper. So we already said, for example, if this is a weak acid, ionization constant of weak acid, we have derived a formula, very important, student. If the original concentration of this is C, in the beginning you have 0 of this, and if alpha is the degree of dissociation, alpha is the degree of ionization or dissociation, student, then what happens at equilibrium? At equilibrium, we are saying at equilibrium, what will happen? You will have C1 minus alpha, C alpha, and
HCl.
C alpha. And therefore, we said, student, the Ka can be determined as H3O plus into X minus, student. These are aqueous ions. These are basically aqueous ions, students, divided by the HX, aqueous. Since the water is taken as a constant because the concentration of water is very large here, student. So this Ka is called the dissociation or ionization constant of a weak acid, student. And we said if we substitute the value, you will get C alpha into C alpha divided by C1 minus alpha. C cancel. C alpha square
Square in
1
divided by 1
minus
minus
alpha.
alpha.
And for very weak acid, student, for very weak acid, what will happen? Alpha is much smaller than 1. So 1 minus alpha can be taken as 1, student. So you get K is equal to C alpha square, or in other words, what I am trying to say, student, alpha is equal to square root of Ka by C. Alpha is inversely proportional to the square root of the concentration. This is important point. Very important relationship. But it shows, student, a question could be there in this. So we are putting some time on this. That means, student, if I increase the concentration, if I increase, or in other words, rather than increase, I am saying if I decrease the concentration, student, okay? If I decrease the concentration, means what, student? I am saying dilution. Okay? If I decrease the concentration, what will happen to alpha, students?
It will increase.
Alpha increases by what factor? Square root of C factor.
Square root of C.
So alpha increases as you add more and more water. And student, if what will happen as the square root of C approaches 0, what we call as at infinite dilution, student, infinite dilution, what is going to happen? This at infinite dilution, student, what will happen? If I give infinite dilution, then there will be complete
Dissociation.
Alpha will approach 1, student. So alpha approaches unity, student, what we are saying. Therefore, we can say that this is completely ionized as you go to infinite dilution. How do you determine infinite dilution? Experimentally, we try to see, student, a time will come after which no more change in the degree of dissociation takes place, or in other words, we do certain experiments to find out the ionic concentrations. So what we are saying, student, when the concentration becomes very less, lower the concentration, dilution, the degree of ionization increases and will approach equal to unity. That means it will be completely ionized on dilution. Therefore, this is important, last student, and this equation is important called the Debye-Onsager equation. And here we have a list of some of the weak acids, as you can see, and we have defined student Ka, larger the Ka, ठीक है, if we compare student strengths of different acids, strengths of weak acids, weak acid students, then what will happen? Larger the Ka, stronger the acid. And here you can see this value is very, which is the smallest value here, 10 minus 10, 4.9.
Yes, sir.
4.9 into 10 minus 10. This is 1.3 into 10 minus 10. So which is smaller? Lowest value, this one. Lowest value. So the lowest value, you see, these are very weak acids. Organic acids are very, very weak acids, students, weak acids. So by using Ka, we can compare the strength of the acid, but more convenient number is always pKa, which is minus log of Ka. So lower the value of pKa, stronger the acid. Usually numbers are more easy and convenient, 1 to 10 and like that. Therefore we use that. But we're trying to say, student, what is the use of all this? As there will be some numerical questions in the paper, student may be asked on that. Sorry, numerical. What he says, the ionization constant HF is 3.2 into 10 minus 4, students. Calculate the degree of dissociation of HF in 0.02 molar solution. Calculate the concentration of all the species present in the solution and its pH. You have 2 minutes to answer the question, students. After that, we will solve the question together.
Okay.
The ionization constant of HF. Important point to note is that this is a calculate the degree of dissociation of, you are given HF 0.02 molar. That means it is aqueous. It is aqueous. So there is HF which is present in the solution, student, and there is a water which is present in the solution. Two things are present. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
And what is the story of the water, student? You have seen water. It forms H3O plus and OH minus, students. And here we defined what we defined, student, Kw for water. How much it was? At
10
298
raised to power
Kelvin.
minus 14.
If the temperature is not given, we assume it to be 298 Kelvin. That is 10 minus 14.
14.
In other words, student, the H3O concentration here is 10 minus 7 molar. That's what we know.
Yes, sir.
Or OH minus is also 10 minus 7 molar. If I compare this with HF, the Ka of HI is how much, student? 3.2 into 10 minus 4. Which is larger? Kw or Ka?
Minus 4. Ka is larger.
much larger than Kw, student. So we can assume, student, in this reaction, important because it's 10 minus 4, that is 10 minus 14. So in such cases, we can assume that we will say that what will happen if I put HF aqua, student, and if there is a water, what is going to happen? What is going to happen, student? Which will donate a proton, H2O or HF? Will get H3O and F minus. ठीक है?
Okay.
Of course, this is aqueous, no problem. So this is the main reaction which is taking place, and you know that, student, Ka for this will be equal to H3O plus F minus divided by HF. So if I have the C concentration, student, at equilibrium, student, what will happen? This will become C1 minus alpha, C alpha and C alpha. So what is then Ka? What is the concentration of H3O plus C alpha? So we already defined that C alpha square 1 minus alpha. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
So what are the values we are given, student, here? You are given 0.02 molar 1 minus alpha, 0.02 alpha, 0.02 alpha. ठीक है? And Ka value is given. How much? How much is the Ka value? 3.2
into 10 raised to power minus 4.
3.2 into 10 is to raise minus 4, student. So here you find the value of alpha from this equation. Find the value of alpha from this equation, students. If alpha is very small, then I may take 1 minus alpha equal to 1. It depends. Otherwise, it will become a quadratic equation, student.
We will get alpha as 0.12.
So in order to make a calculation in the exam, because I don't see that they will ask you to solve a quadratic equation, because then it will be too much time consuming for the students. Therefore, we may make an approximation, student, here. 1 minus alpha equal to 1. If I take, then I can find the value of alpha. What is the alpha coming then?
0.12.
So if alpha is coming 0.12, then, students, what is the value of H3O plus?
C alpha.
C1 minus alpha. No, other way around.
C alpha.
C alpha. So what is C
0.02.
into 0.12? And what is the F minus?
It will be equal to C alpha.
0.02 into 0.12. What else you want to find out? What will be HF?
C into 1 minus alpha.
1 minus 0.12. And then what will be the pH?
Minus log H plus
Okay.
H3O plus.
What are the answers coming then?
C alpha is coming to be 2.4 into 10 raised to power minus 3.
2.4 into
10 raised to power
power
minus 3.
minus
Minus 3.
3.
Yes, sir.
And what is this value? Same.
Same.
And what is then this value?
This is 17.6 into 10 raised to power 3
Then what is the pH?
plus 3. 10 raised
3.
to power plus 3.
pH is 3.
No, the HF concentration is 17.6 into 10 raised to power plus 3.
Plus 3. Then what is pH?
pH is minus log H plus, so it will be minus log into
It
2.
cannot be plus 3. Can it be plus 3?
minus 3. हाँ ठीक है sir, minus 3.
Something is wrong here.
minus 3. Okay, okay.
So what is the pH coming then?
pH will be minus log 2.4 into 10
Plus 3 minus log of 17.6. Then what is the value coming?
log of 2.4 because it is H3O plus, so log of 2.4.
H3O plus, na? Then what we are
Yes,
doing?
sir. Log 2.4.
Log of minus log of 2.4 into 10 minus 3. So plus 3 minus log of 2.4. How much is that coming? Whatever answer comes now, we can calculate the answer. So it will be less than 3.
2.62.
2.62 pH. So by this way, students, it is possible to calculate the acid base pHs for the weak acids which we have. Now what will happen, students, if I have weak base? Examples of weak bases, can you tell me which are the weak bases, students? Ammonium hydroxide, you know, weak base, student. And there are some ammonia when you dissolve in water, student. Then you are aware of urea. What is urea? These are weak bases, students. And in organic chemistry, you have weak bases, organic chemistry. You are aware of these compounds, aniline and all that. So what will happen? If a base is strong, then it is completely ionized, no equilibrium. If I have a weak base, this is a weak base, student. If the concentration is C 0, 0, and at equilibrium, what will happen? At equilibrium, if I have the value of the degree of ionization of the weak base, student, alpha. If alpha is the degree of ionization, what will be the result of that, student? You will have C1 minus alpha, C alpha, and C alpha. Again, here I will define the dissociation constant of a base, student, Kb. What that will come, student? M plus OH minus divided by MOH. So you are getting C alpha into C alpha, C1 minus alpha. Again, same result. Kb is equal to C alpha square 1 minus alpha for if for very weak bases. If alpha is much less than 1, 1 minus alpha will be 1, then what will be happening? Kb is equal to C alpha square. So same situation we are getting here also. Therefore, student, we can apply this for determination of the Kb values, and the pKb is always defined as minus of log of Kb. Larger the Kb, lower the pKb, then stronger the base.
Stronger the base.
We can compare the strength of the bases by this method. So we have some list of these bases for us. For example, Dimethylamine, student. Amines are bases, you know. What is that? You have CH3, CH3. It has a lone pair of electron. How much is that? 5.4. And triethylamine. This is 6 point. This is a weaker base than this. Value is lower. This Kb is how much? 5.4. 10 minus 4. And if I have triethylamine, what is that, student? So which is a stronger base then? Out of the two? Out of the two, which is stronger base?
Dimethylamine.
Aqueous, we have in the organic chemistry, we discussed the basicity of amines.
Yes, sir.
In the aqueous solution, we said one question is coming in the paper every year. So Kb values can be determined. These are aqueous, student, because we are putting them in water. Ammonia, see how much is ammonia is 1.77, 10 minus 5. Kb 1.77, 10 minus 5, student. So if you want to compare, the basicity order is this 2 degree more than this, and this is the order of decreasing basicity. And you can see here you have urea is a very weak base. What is the urea? This is your urea.
Yes, sir.
What is Kb? Why it is becoming a weaker base, student? Though it has the two nitrogens. What is happening here? You know, what is the important point here? Organic chemistry question is coming here now. What happens to the lone pair of electron if it is not available? Then what will happen? What will happen? There are two nitrogens here, you can see. But what can happen, student? You know about this. So if the lone pair will be taken away, the basicity will decrease, and it falls to how much? 10 minus 14. See how weak the base is. So comparison is possible, student, by using this. And we can also use pKb as minus of log of Kb, students. So some questions could be there in the exam based on Kb and pKb. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So actually we understand everything now because we know what is happening and why the basicity is changing, students. So these are all weak bases I am talking. For example, if there is a question on this, student, the pH of 0.004 molar hydrogen solution is 9.7. Calculate its ionization constant Kb and pKb. You have 2 minutes to answer the question, students.
Yes, sir.
What is the hydrazine, student?
NH2, NH2.
When it will react with water, student, what will happen?
NH2, NH3 plus and OH minus.
OH minus. What is the value of this student? What he is giving? The pH of 0.0, concentration is 0.004 molar students. pH is 9.7. If
So
pH is 9.7, what will be pOH? 14 minus 9.7. How much it is coming? 4.3.
4.3 should be.
Then what is pOH is equal to minus log of OH minus. Then you can find the value of OH minus from here, student. So minus, what will be the value of OH minus, students?
Sir, we can also do like we can find the value of H plus by
You can find anything, no problem. You have all the formulas with you.
sir.
Whatever is easy, you can do that, students.
OH minus here will be 5.98 into 10 raised to power minus 5.
If you get OH minus 5.98 into 10 minus this, student, then what it means, student? This value is 5.98 into 10 minus 5. How much will be this at equilibrium? This will also be 5.98 into 10 minus 5. And how much will be the value of this?
0.04. It's given.
Given, but then it is not 0.004, students. Has it not reacted? How much was there? It 0.004. ठीक है? How much it reacts, and then how much it is formed? 5.98. Point 0.004 minus how much?
Should
This value which is
Five.
there.
5.98 into 10 raised to power minus 5.
What is this? 4 into 10 minus 3 minus 5.98 into 10 minus 5. But if this value is very, very small, and I may assume this value, the dissociation is very small, then I may assume it to be equal to approximately 4 into 10 minus 3. Clear? Then what will
Okay.
be the value of KB, students?
AB will be 5.98 into 10 raised to power minus 5 whole square upon.
What is the value coming?
It is coming as 8.96 into 10 raised to power minus 7.
KB value
Yes, sir.
8.10
96
minus.
7.
What else you want to find out? Then what is PKB, students?
PKB is minus log KB will be plus 7 log 6.
So this value we have to find out. Student, how much this value is coming?
6.04.
6.04.
Yes, sir.
6.04 is the pkb. Okay. So by this is some of the ways, student, we can calculate the ionization constant, because these are important, because in a lot of MCQ question, students, in competitions like NEET, etc., you will get such questions. And we will have to solve, students. The calculation may not be given very difficult, but some amount of calculation will always be there. There is no question is direct that you can see the and answer. No, there is nothing like that. You have seen when we discuss the MCQ question, students, it is not possible that I will just see an answer. I have to solve and make some calculation. At least in physical chemistry, calculation is required. In inorganic chemistry, we are again discussing different type of concepts. Basic concepts are involved. So unless we understand them, the answers cannot be given. Correct answers cannot be given. This is very important point. All this, why we are doing all this? Because here we get a practice, students, and see how the questions can be solved, what approximations are possible and what are not possible. Because some amount of approximation helps us in solving MCQ questions. When four choices are given, we can't make very correct and hard calculations, but the values given are such that with some minor approximations which are valid, answers will be given. Because at least out of the four, two possibilities are already gone. You are always left with two possible answers, out of which we have to find the correct answer. You will experience this when you will start answering the question. Four choices, two are almost out. Only two are there where we have to take a decision. Important formula is coming, student. There is a relationship between Ka and Kb in case of conjugate acid base. Very important. Conjugate acid and base. What do you mean by conjugate acid and base, student? For example, if NH3 plus H2O, what will happen? Is it a base or an acid now? This is happening like this, student. ठीक है?
Okay.
If this is a base, student, what is this? Conjugate acid.
acid.
For the base, student, if I write Kb, what is the formula of Kb? NH4 OH minus, student, divided by NH3. ठीक है? This is the dissociation constant of the base. If I take the conjugate acid of this, what is the conjugate acid of this? NH4. If I react with water, student, what will happen? What will happen, student? Acid. This is acid, student. Conjugate acid. What will you get? NH3 plus H3O plus. What will be the Ka? NH3 H3O plus divided by NH4 plus. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
We are getting 2. Is there a relationship between Ka and Kb? That's what we want to find out, a relationship between. So let us multiply Ka with Kb. You have 1 to 2 minutes to, what is the value coming, students?
NH3
What answer we are getting, students? This is cancelled. This is cancelled. What you are getting?
H3O plus into OH minus.
What is that equal to, student? Ionic product of the
KW.
water. So important result, because if I know the Ka, then I can find the value of Kb for the conjugate base of an acid. If I know the Kb, I can find the value of Ka. Very important relationship is derived, student, because this will be used a lot in many problems which will be given in MCQ form or other form. That's what we are saying. Ka into Kb is coming to be Kw, student. If I consider this is a weak acid, then this is the weak acid, student. This is the conjugate base and Ka value, Kb value. So if I multiply Ka into Kb, what you are getting here, student, what you are getting in this case, you can see Ha Kb is equal to Ha, some mistake is there, into A OH minus
Right.
divided by A minus. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
So if I multiply the two, what will you get, student? H3O plus and OH minus, which is your Kw. So any acid you can take and any conjugate base. This is an important relationship for solving many questions. K into Kb is equal to this, students. If I say, student, Ka into Kb is equal to Kw, if I take the minus logs of these, what will I get? What is this then?
pKa plus pKb is equal to pKw.
Sometimes pK values are more convenient because you have seen the numbers which are coming are easier, student. So we may come to those values and important point, student. And you know, if Kw is equal to 10 minus 14 at 298 Kelvin, student, then what is the value of pKw, students? Plus 14. So if the conditions are not given, it is assumed standard conditions. pKa plus pKb is 14 at 298 Kelvin. Important formula, student. All this important because numericals, MCQ choices, these will be used, student. They will become important. We should be able to use them. The formulas can be derived, but in exam, we don't have time to derive the formulas. Therefore, certain formulas should be learned by the students and they will be used directly for solving the questions.
Okay.
That's why we are giving them. Dipolybasic acids and dipolyacidic bases means what, student? What do you mean by acids? There are certain acids, student, which have more than one ionizable H. Okay. So
Okay.
what will happen? They have di means there are two ionizable protons. I can say that two ionizable protons, student. Okay. Two ionizable protons per molecule. Tri means
3 ionizable.
three. Mostly we won't get beyond that. Most of the time we are getting mono, di or tri. You know, H2SO4. How it can ionize, student? HSO4, H plus and HSO4, H plus and SO4 2 minus. So you will have Ka1, you will have Ka2. If I have H3PO4 students, what will happen? H3PO4, H2PO4 minus H plus. It will be Ka1. Then H2PO4 minus HPO4, 2 minus H plus Ka2. Then you have HPO4, 2 minus. Then you have PO4, 3 minus H plus student. What will be the relationship between K1, Ka2 and Ka3? You will find Ka1 is much more than Ka2 and much more than Ka3. So the first ionization will be much larger. Once the negative charge develops, it is more difficult to remove the proton. Similarly, for bases also, student, how many hydroxides are there? Mono, basic, diabasic. So these are called polybasic acids and polyacidic bases. Dibasic, diabasic, triabasic, like this. You have ammonium hydroxide, you have calcium hydroxide, student. It has 2, it has 1. So like this, we know most of the times we are more interested in acids, you know that. So because most of the time we are talking about acids. So we are aware where the values will lie, student, in the case of the acids. Okay? H2X is a diabasic acid because it is undergoing 2 ionizations, Ka1, Ka2, and you know Ka1 is larger than, student, Ka2. Let us see some of the values. The tables are important to look at the glance, student, because sometimes the values are given. Oxalic acid, this is a diabasic acid. You can see 5.910 minus 2 Ka1. The Ka1 is how much?
5.9 into 10 raised to the minus 2.
And what is Ka2?
6.4 into 10 raised to power minus 5.
So you can see Ka1 is much larger than Ka2, students. Ascorbic acid, sulfurous acid, sulfuric acid, this is very large. Why? Because H2SO4 is a very strong acid.
Strong acid.
Strong acid, student. So even the value has not been given. He's saying very large. And then it compared to this, student. Carbonic acid, these are weak acids. H2CO3. Citric acid, phosphoric acid has got 3. Citric acid has got 3 ionizable H. 1, 2, and 3. And this is your phosphoric acid, H3PO4, student. 1, 2, and 3. See that just to get an idea, these numbers should be read so that we know what is the value, student. Sometimes in the paper they give values and numbers. And in fact, out of the choices, now when sometimes the name of the compound is given, you already have some idea in your mind. What type of values are there, student? 5.910 minus 2, oxalic acid, and you see phosphoric acid, and very weak acid, carbonic acid, 10 minus 7, order 10 minus 7. So these values are telling us the strengths of the acids, strong and weak acid variations. Weak acid and strong acid variations can be, we can get some estimate from these values. 10 minus Sometimes pKa or pKb values are given. We already know that. Okay. Now the question was there, student. One of the question was there. What are the factors which affect the acid strength? Acid strength, student. So how will we say that this is stronger or weaker? But this is not a one step or easy thing, because there could be different factors operating at different conditions. So different factors could be there to decide the acid strengths. Stronger acid or weak acid, how do you compare? In fact, in inorganic chemistry, students, wherever groups we are teaching you, we are discussing that point in inorganic chemistry. Are we discussing or not?
Yes, sir.
So we have given you different methods. What do you mean by acid which can give proton?
Proton.
Sometimes we say bond dissociation energy is less, so it dissociates faster. Longer the bond, longer the bond length, more easy it is for it to furnish a proton. And then we say, okay, it will become a strong acid. And in some cases, you have seen, students, we are saying this is an acid and the conjugate base. So if I say Hi is dissociating into I minus and H plus, student, we are saying this conjugate base, if it is very strong, student, it will go back. But if it becomes stable, then what happens? Then it goes more forward. And that depends on, you see, the charge density. If the charge density is very high, what will happen? And it will immediately react back. So that we say of something like electronegativity. If I have F minus, student, and I minus, this is very electronegative. It will immediately react back and go back. As compared to this, the charge density is less here as compared to this. This is a larger size, so the charge is distributed on a bigger size. Charge is distributed on a smaller, it will immediately react. So there is no one factor, there are many other factors also. You're just saying that what could be the possible factors. And in our course now we are trying to see that while comparing elements in the same group of the periodic table, I'm saying that if I compare the same group of the periodic table, student, Ha bond strength is an important factor in determining the acid strength. Every time we are giving some valid explanation, student, for comparison of certain numbers. Numbers are important. We have the numbers, we compare them. So what is happening, students? This question has been put up many times. More important factor in determining acidity than polar nature. For example, this group has been asked repeatedly. He said, arrange the following, students: Hi, HBr, HCl, HF. ठीक है? In decreasing order of acid strength. The question has been given many times, student. This question is important. Many exams you will see that question in one or the other form. So what is important? What we are talking: fluorine, chlorine, bromine, and iodine. Are
Iodine.
they in the same group?
Yes, sir.
What group is that?
Group 17.
Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. So as I go down the group, student, The size is increasing or decreasing?
Increasing.
Size increasing. That means the HX bond length increasing or
Incre
decreasing?
increasing.
Increasing. And in general, we told you the bond strength is inversely proportional to
Bond length.
bond length. Certain generalizations we are making, which will be used in every group student. So we are not mugging the things, but trying to understand the basics which can help answer questions in any competition exam. Therefore, what will be the order, students? What is the order we are getting, student? In decreasing order, student. Which is the strongest acid? This question has been asked so many times. Which is the strongest acid of all this?
HI will be.
So very important question repeatedly asked in papers. You have seen students here. HI is stronger than HBr, and HBr stronger than HCl, stronger than HF. Students, see the order. They said out of H2S and H2O, which is stronger acid? Question was given.
H2S will be stronger. H2S will be stronger.
So this is a group story. Another property has been used, student. When we discuss elements in the same row, if the elements are in the same period, student, same period, then what they are using? HA bond polarity is important factor, student, in determining acidity. The question was like this: CH4 and H3 H2O HF, students, arrange in increasing order of acidity. So you have HA.
CH4 will be the least acidic.
What is happening here? As the electronegativity is increasing, student,
bond polarity is increasing.
HA. So hydrogen is there and A. The electronegativity increases. So which is the strongest acid here?
Strongest will be HF.
HF is stronger than H2O and H3CH4, student. This hydrogen is not acidic at all. You know about it. The CH4 molecule. So with increase in electronegativity, students, these are in the same period: carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine. They are in the same period. ठीक है? Acidity increases. These are some of the ways, students, where we are trying to explain and compare the acid strengths.
Okay.
Every time explanation has to be given, and what explanations are possible at different points we'll try to give. This ends the third part of the ionic equilibrium. Then we will continue more the next lectures. I'll try to see that what type of questions are possible and how they are framed, students, what properties to use, and where. If some generalizations are there, we will use that. Sometimes we may have to use something totally different. What they call as there are exceptions, but I say there are no exceptions. There is a valid explanation for everything.
Yes.
Okay, then we will see you in the next class.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay.